By the end of the 19th century, America was rich in industry but poor in fairness. The factories that powered the nation's growth were filled with exhausted men, women, and even children, working up to 14 hours a day for barely enough to survive. The Industrial Revolution had built an empire, but it had also created an invisible army of workers who carried the weight of progress on their backs. Out of their struggle, a new voice began to rise, the voice of the labor movement. It started with courage. Workers began to organize themselves into unions groups that demanded fair pay, safer workplaces, and shorter hours. When their cries were ignored, they laid down their tools and took to the streets. Strikes swept across the country, from the Pullman strike in Chicago to the Homestead Steel strike in Pennsylvania. The fight was brutal. Companies hired private guards to break protests, and the government often sided with business owners. Violence erupted, and many workers lost their lives, but their courage sparked a nationwide awakening. Out of that chaos, leaders like Samuel Gompers and organizations like the American Federation of Labor began shaping a new future. They taught workers that unity was their greatest power, that one voice could be silenced, but millions could not. By the early 1900s, their persistence began to pay off. Laws were introduced to regulate working hours, improve safety, and end child labor. A middle class started to emerge, and the idea of a fair day as pay for a fair day as work became a core American belief. The rise of labor movements was more than a protest, it was a revolution of dignity. It taught America that progress means nothing if it forgets the people who build it. Their fight for justice laid the foundation for the modern workplace, one where every worker has the right to be heard, respected, and protected. Follow for more.